Welcome back to Black Hole Rising Reboot Camp. We only have one more mission that I'm going to be covering on the normal campaign, and that is what we should have been doing last time, but I like to save this one for last. Mission 05, Lash Out. Enemies at sea, enemies on land. Outwit them all and capture the HQ. Yeah, I remember that dialogue. So, yeah. Flak's not really capable of setting a trap, right? But, well, this already spoils that it's not quite Flak we'll be facing.
You're right. Flak didn't set a trap for you. I did. Huh?
Okay, yeah, pretty sure this dialogue's word for word as well, and it's great. Oh, I still remember so much of Black Hole Rising from when I first played. I love Black Hole Rising so much. So, okay. We have a little bit of a tutorial on this map. It's pretty similar to the one in the history lesson, but let's go over it again. Yeah, we need to reach this enemy HQ, and there's a reason why urgency is key here. Especially in Black Hole Rising, when you have your ridiculous instant capture power. And given there are a lot of naval units on this map, Sammy might even get it here. I'm not sure. And yes, Sammy does have that high movement range on transports. Yep, including this transport copter, which is severely weakened. Yeah, Cruiser can carry up to 2 helicopters. It's a mechanic that you almost never see in action because it's pretty much only useful during the tutorial. And in Sammy's version of Battle Mystery, but we all know there's a much more fun way to beat that mission. Yep, so let's go ahead and load this in the cruiser. Yeah, that doesn't happen with APCs and infantry. Or actually, does it? I don't know, maybe it does. So, cruisers work exactly the same way they do in the first game, which is to say, not well, but still. Yeah, I'm not sure why she said that, because there are no reefs on this map, but oh well. Unfortunately, Sammy does still have this power penalty on direct combat units, so, this sub is gonna live. Yeah, pretty much everyone liked Lash in the original, and they still do. Yeah, they can also attack air units, but they're not likely to get the first strike on air units. Dual Strike did buff cruisers quite substantially. And yeah, they can carry 2 ground units, and not just infantry. They can carry anything.
Roger.
Yep, there aren't any seaports here.
Yes.
So yeah, unlike the Drake mission, you don't lose if you lose your lander, but it's less likely that you'll win. Let's go with the tutorial here. Yep, battleships are indirect combat units. Unlike bombers, they actually are indirect combat units. And yeah, so they intentionally place the battleship here so that we can see its slightly superior range to rockets. 2 to 6 spaces, even more if you're grit. And we will be seeing grit battleships in Black Hole Rising. And being an indirect unit, Sammy is not penalized to firepower here. Again, Lash is great. Now, we did a lot of damage to Lash's unit, so she'll probably have at least her normal power here. But battleships tend to lose to submarines in a direct engagement. However, yep. I mean, submarines can fire on all naval units, but you generally don't want to attack cruisers with submarines. Subs are like one of the few things that cruisers have high defense against. Now, this is actually something kind of interesting. This is something that was pointed out to me in a comment, because I'm not really too familiar with Super Famicom Wars, but in Super Famicom Wars, cruisers actually had low defense against subs. So not only could cruisers get wrecked by air units, one of the things they're supposed to counter, they got wrecked by the other thing they were supposed to counter as well. Cruisers just can't catch a break.
Okay.
Yeah, only subs themselves, whether they're or not they're submerged, and cruisers can attack submerged subs. And only things adjacent can see them, even on a Fog of War map. And yep, they go bloop when they run out of fuel, and subs use 5 per day, so they go bloop a lot more easily. Yeah, we have an APC here. Oh no, I now know that the reason why she's talking like that is because of Andy. And Max sometimes. But okay then, let me see how much power. In fact, I haven't even talked about Lash yet, so yeah, this is our first time going up against Lash. The Wunderkind of the Black Hole Army, a small, fierce, and brilliant inventor, she revels in the joy of battle. Lash's ground and naval units gain plus 10 to firepower per terrain star. This is really cool. So for example, if this tank were to attack from woods, it would not only get 20% extra defense, but it would get 20% extra firepower as well. Now, I don't know if this is actually the unit's like firepower itself is reduced if it has lower HP, so I'm guessing that if like a 5 HP tank was here, it'd get like a full 20% firepower bonus, but it would be reduced by its HP afterwards. So naval units will only get the firepower bonus from reefs, and there aren't any reefs in this map. So, the Lash is all about exploiting terrain effects. Anything on a plane is going to get plus 10% to firepower, which is kind of nice. And when Lash is defending her own HQ, any units on it will hit back with 40% firepower, which is kind of insane. But Lash is also good at another thing regarding HQs that I'll go into later. This firepower increase actually makes Lash relatively decent at the capture game, because it means that her capturing infantry will hit back 30% harder. So her captures can be quite risky to interrupt. Now, the weakness here is that Lash doesn't want to be attacking from beaches, bridges, or roads. And her air units never gain terrain stars, so they don't get any firepower bonuses. Lash can still use air units though. It's not like those units are any weaker than normal, it's just that they're not, any stronger than normal either. Now, Lash is a very contentious character in terms of her viability, because she used to be considered quite broken by the fan base, but lately she's been re-evaluated to be nowhere near as good as people thought she was. People obsessed over the fact that she had no weaknesses and only strengths, but at the same time, you got people like Eagle who technically have no weaknesses if you don't use naval units, so it's not really that big a deal. And oftentimes, she'll only be getting 10% firepower from planes. There usually aren't many forests on maps, and other types of terrain are also a bit more sparse. But Lash is still fairly interesting to go up against, especially when it comes to her powers. So her normal power is Terrain Tactics. It has a meter length of 4, but that mostly exists to make her superpower more expensive, because you don't really want to use Lash's normal power. Lash's units' movement costs are 1 across all terrain except in snow. Yeah, does that sound familiar? Lash essentially gets Sturm's terrain bonuses for 1 turn when she uses Terrain Tactics, but that is the only benefit they get. Generally speaking, this is not good. The only time you want to use this is if, you really need a unit to reach something, and it would be able to reach with, the terrain thing. For example, if Lash used Terrain Tactics, this anti-air would be able to go to this bridge instead. And say, for example, there was, a bomber here that you absolutely had to kill this turn. Well then, Terrain Tactics might be useful. But more often than not, it's better to save for her superpower. Prime Tactics. Lash units gain plus 10 to defense and double benefits from terrain defensive cover. You also get the effect of Terrain Tactics, so you ignore the movement cost of terrain. Yeah, double terrain stars. This applies to both her firepower and defense bonuses. So this means that Lash's units shooting from properties in Prime Tactics get 60% firepower and defense, and even those in woods get 40% firepower and defense. Anything on plains becomes Advance Wars 1 Kanbei. And if any of her foot soldiers are on mountains, yeah. Lash mech on mountains with prime tactics is going to wipe out almost anything except like medium tank and stuff. But prime tactics actually has an interesting effect to it that is not entirely obvious. It actually makes Lash almost as good at HQ capture victories as Sammy. Because if Lash gets onto your HQ and she uses prime tactics, that infantry or mech has 8 defense stars. 80% defense. That makes it almost impossible to kill and nearly guarantees that she'll get the HQ capture. It's even better than Sammy using double time in the first game. So yeah, weirdly, Lash is actually really good at HQ captures. Better than you might think, and kind of the second best at it next to Sammy. But okay then, I'm moving this rocket up so that it can maybe shoot some stuff. Kind of wondering if Lash will use terrain tactics this turn, given that she has enough energy for it. I don't know if that thing's going to start moving in. You know what? I probably won't need this mech anyway, so I'm going to move it there. And now, if this tank moves down and attacks my mech, it'll get counterattacked by my other mech. Because yeah, I do like to use mechs defensively. And I need to grab, have this transport grab hold of the mech because I need to get it over to the HQ. The general strategy here is to wait for these things to move away from the HQ, maybe even get your battleship up to cover the HQ, and then move in your infantry and start capturing. Now, I'm not even close to her normal power. I don't think I'm going to be getting Victory March on this map. It's pretty fun if you can get Victory March, though. 0%. I can try, though. I mean, no real reason not to. Besides, you know, using up 1 unit of ammo for the tank. No, it did do 1 damage. Okay, yeah, she's a little into prime tactics. She's probably going to go for prime tactics, not terrain tactics.
Yes.
Yeah, this is why you need to be urgent in capturing the HQ. This is actually a time limit mission.
What?
I remember this actually used to freak me out when I first played this game as a kid.
Surprised? Be honest, you had no idea, right?
Time limits are always kind of terrifying to young kids playing video games, I find. It's part of why I never played Pikmin 1 growing up. Clock is ticking, Sammy. Clock is ticking! But okay then. This is one of my favorite lines in all of the second game, by the way. Somebody in Black Hole has a brain!
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Also, I can't stand her. Well, I would say nobody can, but a lot of people like Lash. She's one of those love-to-hate characters. Okay, that rocket's moving ahead. Interesting. I mean, I guess if the cruiser dies, then so does the transport copter, so... That did more than I was expecting it to. And that's what I was hoping you would do. But yeah, Lash's theme is great. And essentially, like, this is pretty much exactly the same as the original theme. It just has better instrumentation. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that this would attack my cruiser and die. Am I gonna lose? Nope, didn't even lose 1 HP. Lash is like, how dare you destroy that submarine that I just had kill itself. Okay, I have double time. I don't like those anti-airs being nearby, though. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna first hop off you. I don't really want her to be getting the first strike on my mech. Especially since I don't really have a whole lot of mechs in the vicinity. So let's go ahead and just drop the tank for now. I mean, if I don't drop the mech right now, I'm going to be kind of in trouble later, but, like, it's going to take longer to get the HQ capture, but I don't want the mech to, like, suffer a massive amount of damage. Yeah, let's not, especially since Lash is going to get the 10% firepower bonus there. So, okay. That cruiser is there. I do not like that cruiser being there. So for now, my sub is going to not move, it's just going to shoot this. I remember seeing, like, footage of this in a trailer, and a preview, and I was just like, wow, Black Hole battleships look so cool in this game. That was one of my complaints with the graphics of the original, that, like, Black Hole, their ships didn't really distinguish themselves that much. I mean, that is a kill, but at the same time, it's always satisfying to finish off tanks with mechs as Sammy, because that's just kind of what Sammy does best. Well, that and instant HQ capture wins. Now, here's the thing. She's probably getting prime tactics. Yes, she is. And if she puts something on the HQ, that is gonna suck. Oh, something can reach the HQ. Well, this is in fact gonna suck. Oh yeah, my battleship's there, it's blocking off the sub anyway, so this cruiser can probably, I can unload the T-copter here to make sure the cruiser doesn't kill it, and then this tank will wait for the transport, I guess. I mean, you know, it's possible I could get Victory March. We'll see. How about the artillery go here, and this rocket go, well, the rocket just kind of screwed itself over, but oh well. And yeah, that guy can go up there. And here it comes!
You're so silly. Prime tactics.
Oh, that animation's great. And yeah, it's not just Stern who has the air raid sirens. Lash has the air raid sirens in this version. Okay, she gets that, but she doesn't have any deployment facilities, so it's fine. I love the way the Black Hole Trooper just wave. Don't go on the HQ! Ah! I was hoping that wouldn't happen. Wow, you are really confident. They do have 20% defense, though. But yeah, I like the super frantic way that her theme gets when she has her power active. Or I can shoot the cruiser. Because, yeah, yeah, look at this. Battleship versus infantry on a city, 28% damage. I may have said, like, earlier that defense is, like, way better than firepower in Advance Wars. You're about to see why. Prime Tactics is, it is definitely a thing that very much exists. Like, even, like, tank versus anti-air only doing 40% damage because of this 20% extra defense. It's effectively on a forest. So that's a little annoying. But I am trying to think whether I move further in or whether I... Oh, that does 3% damage. However, if I put this rocket here, it'll still be able to shoot the cruiser, but it'll be able to shoot other stuff too. And this little tank will go... You know what? Since I'm not unloading the infantry, mech. Since I'm not unloading the mech this turn anyway... Oh, you can't actually reach. Okay, then. Scratch that! I was like, I can move this tank back to the beach and pick up another... this transwell back to the beach and pick up another tank, but no. It's not going to work that way. I wonder if I could... let's just try and... I mean, it's not going to be totally... It's not going to be totally pinned in unless... Unless I do this! Yeah, you just go resupply some stuff. Why not? And no more prime tactics, so no more stupidly high defense on that HQ anti-air. Again, your infantry are remarkably confident. I mean, I guess that is sort of like a thing with Lash. She doesn't really care about her own troops' lives. So she'll just do that and just sacrifice them. The anti-air is still on the HQ, that's a problem. But you know what? Thinking about things, I probably will get Victory March, and then I'll be able to actually show off Victory March, and Victory March is a very fun power. So let's go smash this cruiser. I don't think Lash is getting Prime Tactics again. It would be kind of silly if she did, but she's probably not going to get Prime Tactics again. Cruiser is dead. Yeah, I'm getting close to Victory March. Which I guess is a... I mean, hopefully it's not going to be a cold and broken hallelujah for this. I'm just going to leave that anti-air there for now. Because all I need to do is kill that anti-air. If I kill that anti-air, and then I get Victory March, then I, yeah, basically just win. And speaking of which, I'm going to drop this mech now. Because she's not going to be able to kill that tank. And I don't want that, like, as long as the mech doesn't get one-shotted, I'm totally fine for Victory March. Do kind of want to pick up this tank later. Oh yeah, I could drop another mech down there, actually. But I do feel like that, with the attack bonus, is probably gonna, like, either the mech or that will probably die, so... Okay, yeah, I'll wait one turn before I do that. I'm not gonna let you get the first strike on my mech, but other than that, yeah, I'm totally fine here. This mission isn't really that intimidating overall, but, like, again, it just does remind me about how I would always just get freaked out by time limits as a kid in games. Like, even, like, the Cave of Bad Dreams in Rayman. I think it's Rayman 2, actually. The version that I played was called Rayman, what was it called again? It wasn't Rayman Revolution, it was, was it Rayman Revolution? It was the remake of Rayman on the, I guess you can't shoot anything else, so there's no reason not to do this, on the PS2. Didn't even get all the way, partly because I just got too scared by the Cave of Bad Dreams, because the guy, like, who owns the cave just, like, tells you, like, I'm gonna give you a head start, but if I catch you, I'll show no mercy, and, what actually ends up happening is there's a scripted chase sequence with him at the end of the level, but I didn't know that as a kid. I thought that he would be chasing you the entire time, and, I might actually end up routing her, which is kind of sad. And so I was just spending the entire level just horrified. Well, I can unload you there. I mean, I kind of like to do this no casualties if possible. Because I don't really want... I don't think the mech will die if I do this. And yeah, here I'm catching one of Lash's units on a road where it's going to get no firepower bonus. I should probably be fine. Yeah, I'm just slowly but surely getting there. Don't really need to move this mech anyway, but, do that, and then... For a second, I was just like, I'm gonna load this sub into the lander. It'd be funny if you could do that, but, yeah, that's not gonna work. So, yeah, I really want to get a Victory March, well, victory in this map.
Okay.
Certainly isn't finished, huh? Well, it will be soon. It will be soon. If you can just do just enough damage to me to not kill me, but to give me prime tactics. Not prime tactics. Why am I thinking that I'm Lash? I guess I'm wishing that I was her. Okay. Yeah, I believe I actually got that dialogue in the original. Oh, am I gonna get... I don't know if I'm gonna get Victory March. It would suck if I didn't get Victory March, because, like, I just really want to show what it does, because it's amazing. Okay, I only took a tiny bit of damage there, and she only took 2 on infantry, so that's barely anything. Yeah, it's unfortunately not... Oh, will this be enough? I don't think this will be enough. I don't think this will be enough. Please be enough. Come on, Victory March. Come on, Victory March. No Victory March just yet. I might get Victory March when it's already too late, because I've got the HQ next turn. Oh, that's amusing. Yeah, let's just do that, and then you go here. That covers most of where you can go. Oh, I really want Victory March. Well, we're going to go splat next turn if we don't finish this, but we're in a position to finish this, so it's fine. 2 HP off an artillery, that might actually get me Victory March. Nope, not quite Victory March. Come on. See, if that dies, then, I mean, it's over. I just want to do, like, a very small amount of damage because I just want to finish this with Victory March. Come on, Lash. Come on, just give me this. Well, my tank took 1 damage. Oh, it's still not quite... I do like how you can actually see, like... Because in the original, the power meter icons only showed, like... They only had 3 states, empty, half, and full. But this shows how close I am. And, well, yep. Rip Victory March, I guess. I mean, if I'd lost more units, I would have got it, but, I suppose getting perfect technique, is enough of a consolation. I've never actually routed Lash on this map before.
Yep. Beep, beep, boop.
They actually made a new piece of artwork for the decoy Lash.
Oh, come on! Dummy. I prefer artificial malevolence. Powering down.
Okay, that's totally new as well. Oh, come on, Nell. You could have at least said she played us like a damn fiddle. Yeah, Flack and Lash are a troublesome pair.
Lash. She's gonna be a handful.
I believe you always get perfect speed on this map, because that is like the minimum possible time you can finish that in without losing. Oh, I'm gonna hold a grudge against Lash for not letting me finish that in style with Victory March, but yeah. It's not a particularly hard mission, but we get introduced to Lash, which is cool. But with that mission over, sadly, my time with the Black Hole Rising Classic campaign is over. We're going to be going back into challenge mode next time for the second half of Orange Star on that difficulty, which consists of entirely new missions. And it's not just Flack and Lash we'll be up against this time. So, look forward to that all in the next part. In fact, it's something that I've been something that I've been long overdue for uploading. I promised the hard exclusive missions all the way back in 2014, and now I'm going to finally deliver. See you all then.